Hey my enchanted peeps, I'm back today with Witchy Wednesday and I'm doing the YouTube Pagan Challenge, and the question of the week is, what are your cultural influences? So I live in Canada, and my mother is, she's British, she's from England, and my dad is French Canadian. So that's my cultural background. There's a little bit of Irish and Scottish thrown in there, but you know, they're all kind of related anyway. So yeah, so that is my background. And so obviously my mother being English, that culture has had a huge influence on me. And that's why when I got into paganism and Wicca, I really started to explore the Celtic background and also Germanic as well, because those two you know, make up sort of English culture, or the basis of English culture. To be technical, you know, English culture also has a bit of Roman thrown in there as well. But those were the two major ones that I took a look at, and I found that I was very influenced by, you know, Celtic mythology, really resonated with that. Love Norse mythology too, but my practice, especially at the beginning, was shifted more towards the Celtic. And I love reading, you know, the Celtic mythology, especially the Welsh. I really love the Welsh mythology over the Irish. No offense to the Irish mythology, but I really enjoy that. And you know, going and visiting England and seeing things like Stonehenge and visiting, you know, a lot of you know, these older places obviously had a huge influence on me and on my practice as a pagan and a Wiccan. So that, I would say, is like the biggest influence on me. Now I've also, you know, looked at and studied, you know, Greek and Roman mythology, and also looked at Egyptian as well, which I have a soft spot for. They're not part of my personal cultural background, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because I think that we're all related. I don't think that just because you come from a particular culture means that you cannot look at other cultures for inspiration, or to look to them and enjoy them. Because some people, you know, just because, let's say you're like me, you have English French background, doesn't mean that you know, if you're drawn to Egyptian, if you're drawn to you know, whatever, maybe it's Sumerian, you know, mythos, that you can't draw from that. Because we're all related, we're all from the human race, and also I think that you know, you don't know what past lives you had that might be influencing you. So, you know, just because you're in this present form right now doesn't mean that you always were. So I don't think there's a limitation on, you know, just because you're from this background, you can't look at that background. I think that's silly. But I personally find most of my inspiration, like I said, from Celtic, and you know, some from Norse mythology, some from Egyptian, some from Roman. But you know, that is my background, is you know, English and French. So the Celtic is not terribly surprising that that's such a big influence for me. But I find I've evolved over the years and not just been so, like, at first I was just looking, you know, at Celtic and Norse, but I find I expand more and more and started to draw more influences. And of course, being raised, you know, as a kid, my parents are Catholic, and being raised that had a huge cultural influence on me too. So, you know, I draw from things like angels and saints and Mother Mary and things like that, because that's part of my background too. And I think that I incorporate those things as well. So that's just my personal cultural practice and cultural influences. I know it's different for everybody, and I think that's wonderful. I think that whatever you're drawn to, it doesn't matter if it's not part of your background. You should just, you know, if you're drawn to that, there's probably a reason. So you need to go explore that. So anyway, that is just my thoughts on it. I know it's just a short video, but I thought I would just, you know, do this for today, and I will see you all next time, hopefully tomorrow. All right, bye.